Doing kind things for others can boost our own happiness and certainly take our mind off our own worries. And it also, of course, contributes to a happier, kinder world. But how do we sustain it, especially if we've got a lot going on ourselves? I'm Vanessa King, Head of Psychology in Workplaces at Action for Happiness, and I'm sharing 3 tips for Altruistic August, our theme for this month. Now, studies show that things can get in the way of being kind. It may be that we get a bit bored with the things that we're doing, or maybe we kind of don't do sort of even small acts of kindness because we think, well, they're not going to make much difference, or they might not be well received, or we might get it wrong. But studies show we often underestimate the positive impact even the tiniest acts of kindness can have. So here are 3 tips to experiment to sustain your acts of kindness, or maybe even give them a boost this month. So the first is doing some brainstorming. Now, studies show that when we mix up and get variety in our acts of kindness, it actually helps us maintain doing it, and it also impacts the amount of happiness, the benefit that we get from those acts. So take a little bit of time this month to jot down as many different ideas for acts of kindness that you can. It could be bigger things, but it could be lots of small things, like smiling at your neighbours, or picking up some litter in the street, or feeding the birds, or helping somebody with their bags, or giving up a seat on the train, holding a door open. Lots of different things. Brainstorm as many as you can. Don't judge them as ideas, just get lots out, all the good rules of brainstorming. And then simply each week pick a couple of things, 2 or 3 things maybe off your list, and give them a go and do different things each week and see how that makes you feel, and the impact, of course, it has on others. The second tip this month is simply noticing acts of kindness. There are lots of ways people are kind to us in tiny, tiny ways. It could be, a friendly chat from the person in the corner shop. It could be somebody giving you the benefit of doubt, but lots of different ways that people are kind to you. But also notice acts of kindness that other people are doing around you. Helping somebody, onto a mode of transport, or, helping them out with a cup of coffee or whatever it is. But notice all those acts of kindness going on around you, as many as you can, because studies show that when we experience acts of kindness ourselves, or when we observe others being kind, it actually motivates us to do more kind things ourselves. It can be a little bit of rocket fuel for doing more kind things. And the third is contributing to a kinder online world. Now, many of us spend a lot of time online, and of course, that can be quite a toxic environment. So how can we make sure this month that all our posts and our comments online are kind? It could be giving us a supportive comments, it could be sharing a little bit of joy, it could be checking in that people, if people need a little bit of help or support, and of course it could be calling out when somebody's acting kind of toxically, not getting involved but calling it out. So we can all contribute to a kind of happier, kind of online world, if you like. And a great example that you might want to dip into this month, if you haven't already, is our Action for Happiness app, which is free to download wherever you get your apps from. And it's just an incredibly uplifting, positive, inspiring and kind community that's a great example how online spaces can be a force for good. So that's it for this month. So the 3 tips are brainstorming lots of different ways you can be kind and trying 2 or 3 different ways of being kind each month to mix it up for yourself so you don't get bored. The second is noticing acts of kindness you're on the receiving end of, or indeed you notice are going on around you, and notice how that makes you feel and see if that motivates you to do more kind things yourself. And the third thing is making sure that we're kind online. So thank you for watching and listening, and we look forward to hearing how you're getting on, or indeed all the different kind things you're doing. on any of our social media platforms, and indeed on our Action for Happiness app. And I look forward to seeing you here again next month. Thanks very much.